Good evening, and welcome to the Society, our weekly Vaesen RPG campaign. My name is Loki, and I will be your game master for these dark and thrilling tales. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to this, the fifth episode of Chapter 8, and I hope that we delight, fright, and intrigue you with mystery and adventure. So without further ado, let's meet the cast. Look, stuff's working. I'm pressing buttons. There's sound. Like, you've appeared.
You've actually made it work.
I know, right? It's unheard of. It's honestly, it's unheard of.
You had no technical issues last week, so don't act like this hasn't happened before.
Why do we keep, jinxing this?
Well, the other thing that we had last week that was unnatural was Mr. Seaton's exceptional rolling ability.
Why did you call that out again?
Yeah, I was going to leave it out.
We can't call out my technical prowess and without calling out Mr. Seaton's exceptional luck.
Of course we can.
Anyway,
hello. I'm Dan, or Devon Inc., and I'm playing Dagmar Eriksson, the Vagabond.
Hi, I'm Jack. I am playing Mr. Bartholomew Seaton, the businessman.
Hi, I am doppelganging for Amy, who is playing Sydney Valebrook. I can't remember what she does. Hashtag she doesn't matter. We have a number of people we would like to thank for all the resources and contributions they have provided to tonight's episode. The link should appear in the Twitch chat or in the details below if you are catching up on YouTube.
I can do this without giggling.
The sass is
not. Our virtual tabletop. Stop doing that thing with your fingers, Loki. Stop it. Look at you. Stop it. Our virtual tabletop tonight is the incredible Roll20, featuring their dynamic lighting feature and built-in character sheets. Go check them out at roll20.net. Our virtual dice are rolled this evening courtesy of 3D Dice, using a recreation of the official Vaesen dice by Handa. In addition, our battle maps were created using Dungeon Fog and all the amazing assets there.
Our character art was created by the extremely talented Shusha, who you should go check out on Instagram at Shusha UK. That's ZSA UK. Our game tokens and dice roller tokens come from the Vaesen RPG rulebook by Free League and from the artist Johan Egerkrans.
The music and ambient sound throughout the stream come from Tabletop Audio and Kevin McLeod at Inktomp Tech, all provided via the Roll20 Jukebox. You can check both these amazing artists out via their website at tabletopaudio.com and inktomptech.com.
Want to get your hands on some awesome Society merch? Then head on over to our merch store at streamlabs.com/the Society Livestream/merch, where you can find everything from our gator artwork to nightcaps and spooky shit. Look at that, we got through it all. I don't know why, but it felt like, well, we've done it now. The boring bit is over. Let's hit the intro video, and then from there, things are gonna get moist. Hey, look at that! Stuff's working. I'm like pressing buttons and.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk it? All right, let's get going. Quick recap on what happened last week. For those of you who haven't gone and checked out our library of episodes, all of which are available on our YouTube. I'm signaling a mod to the YouTube.
What's the command?
It's just YT.
There you go.
For those of you who haven't checked out all of our fabulous episodes available on the YouTube, let me give you a quick rundown of what happened. For the longest time now, our brave souls have been trying to uncover a dastardly scheme prophesized to bring about the doom to all who sail aboard the SS Kristianiafjord, a cruise liner on her maiden voyage from Norway to the United Kingdom, beset upon by a dark and terrible prophecy. Through twisted schemes, politics, drama and intrigue, our brave souls have managed to unravel a mysterious set of clues that still do not point to the ultimate culprit of this dastardly scheme to sink the ship and all aboard. And the scheme has escalated. A storm is rolling in that the ship cannot escape from. Thunder crashes overhead and rain pours in a torrent as the sea itself begins to churn. And from these dark and inky depths rise forth the heralds of a terrible creature of the depths, as Dagmar is aboard the command deck with the crew and the captain and the first mate, gazing out in horror at a sea where giant tentacles rise up like hideous icebergs. Let's dive straight in. What do you want to do?
Panic!
Panic!
Well, Signy and I can't actually see the tentacles because we're in the ballroom, so
Yeah, that's true.
Dagmar's the only one that can.
Yeah.
That's true. The command room turns into a flurry of activity after a terrifying silence as everyone is stunned by what they're seeing. It erupts into tumultuous cries of orders to turn the ship, orders to increase the power, to try and avoid these tentacles rising up from the sea. There is horror, there are questions, but more importantly, there is protecting the ship. In this cacophony of activity, Dagmar, what are you doing?
So first question, has Dagmar seen anything like this before?
No, I'm gonna go.
Or has knowledge of it?
Ooh. That's a good question, actually. Give me a learning roll, and there are already hinders on the board.
Oh, come on, chat.
What the?
This one.
Friendly chat over here, doing everything they can to keep you safe.
Binny.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. All right, 2 successes. Nice. Yeah, I fully imagine that that you have actually, and probably the primary source of information has been like kind of horror stories of like tentacular monsters rising from the deep, the giant squid, the kraken, all of these sort of things. And it's probably tinged with like fragmented memories of illuminated manuscripts, of woodblock artwork, of hand-drawn sketches, things you've seen in the library, in the society, but that you've not necessarily been paying attention to because you're searching for something else, something in particular, and you've just happened to come across these beings. You would immediately know that you are in some very significant danger, as very few ships survive a tussle with
the Kraken.
The Kraken, a giant squid, a terrifying sea monster. I mean, we haven't seen it other than its tentacles, so it's still a few things on the list it could be.
And how is the first officer behaving in this moment?
Oh, like ashen, like that really horrific colour people go when they are like absolutely consumed by their own fear. He has, however, gone into some sort of strange autopilot where he is following the orders of the captain. But you can see, like, he's doing this on autopilot. He is utterly consumed by fear.
I think Dagmar's going to basically just go all in with what they know currently, especially having been in the heart of the ship and the ship scroll. Is that right?
Yeah.
Clearly something's happened and it's not there. So he's just going to go all in, grab the first officer, try and get the captain's attention, but not necessarily important because the first officer is the one that brought the ship scroll up as a whimsical idea, and just immediately, with urgency, because everyone's clearly like barking orders or just trying to avoid this thing, make it clear of that thing's coming here. It's coming for the ship. It's being called here. Someone is doing this. The ship score is gone. We were at the heart of the ship. Someone is messing with it. With reason to believe Laird, Pierce and Campbell are involved. We have to find them.
He looks over at you with kind of glazed over eyes to begin with, but as you begin saying words that are familiar to him, you see kind of, it's almost like there is a sudden purpose that is appearing, that is kind of drawing him away from his fear, and he starts nodding and nodding, and then he says, the ballroom, the casino, or at the back of the ship, in either the restaurant or the saloon. That is where they have been almost the entire time. That is where you will find them. I've got to stay here and do my duty. We'll try and keep the ship clear as long as possible. You've got to stop whatever they're doing.
Is the captain on board with this?
The captain's like full pell, like shouting orders, so although sort of listening, not really. She's taken control of the ship, even to the point where she has now headed over to the wheel and has begun to like even steer the ship herself.
What time of the day is it?
Oh, that's a really good question. It's very difficult to tell because the clouds are so dark overhead that it almost feels like twilight. But I would say it's actually only early afternoon.
Okay. Dagmar's going to bolt out the door towards the restaurant saloon area.
Absolutely.
Based on the time of day.
Probably because the rain is pouring so hard, the door to the ballroom is at the bottom of the stairs. So as you come out of the command room, lashed by the rain and run down the stairs, the first door that you can take to get back into the ship is into the ballroom.
Yes, that makes my decision easier then.
And then there's a corridor that runs from the ballroom to the casino, to the restaurant, and then there's stairs in the restaurant that go to the saloon. So it's all like in a line for you.
Thank you for leading me, GM. I will take that order, please.
You are very welcome. I'm just providing what I believe would be the route. It is also going to mean that you are going to kind of burst into the ballroom where we find everybody else. I'm pressing buttons again, everybody.
Uh-oh.
Here we go, things are happening. Oh!
Also, Signy's just revealed to us that Madame has disappeared.
Yes. Yes, Madame Hilding, the mystic who prophesized the doom of the ship, is missing.
I think her words were, like, never existed. Gone.
Facts.
How soon after Signy does that does Dagmar burst in?
Probably is not that far apart. Just for drama.
Yeah.
We need some more dramatic music.
I'd go to like reach for a bit of paper to write on it for Signy. Write on it. What do you mean gone? Attempt to face her.
Oh, I can hear you now. I might have forgot to mention, amongst all the other things going on.
Right. Okay. Disappeared. Dagmar, how did you get on?
There's a Kraken. A Kraken's come out. It's big. It's got tentacles. Shit's hitting the fan.
And like you could see
find people now.
You could see the reporter is now like, because obviously, Mr. Seaton, you've spent the last few minutes telling the reporter that a terrible doom is befalling the ship, and now someone is appearing saying that there's a giant sea monster outside. She's gonna stand up, like she's one of these people that's gonna want to see. So she stands up from her seat, and she kind of runs and like jumps on her knees onto the sofa to look out of the window.
Seaton would be doing this, not jumping on the sofa like that, because that's just not gentlemanly enough. But he will be leaning over to try and look to see for this Kraken.
Dagmar, we just go take the mark, just because, their particular drinking habits does make them need to second check what they've seen sometimes.
You all gaze out of the window. You see the deck of the ship being hammered by the pouring rain. You all find yourselves holding onto something in the ship, as now it has begun to rock. The severity of the rocking becoming ever increasing, to the point now where you feel like you all have to hold on to something as the ship is rocking. There is a flash of lightning that forks its way across the sky, followed almost immediately by a crash of thunder. And in the brilliant lightning light, that's a strange descriptor, but that's what we're going with. In the brilliant lightning light, you do see arching and quivering out of the water are these giant, what can only be described as tentacles. All of you, except one person. Because Lieutenant Colonel Seaton finds himself looking out of a round porthole, not an elegant window, out onto a deck of a ship that is burning. Fire dances across the deck, rampantly spreading across the wood, fueled by the lamp oil that is only being added to this inferno as the lamps shatter by the heat of the fire, spraying oil, catching fire even more so, and spreading this destruction. Among the fire are burning bodies of terrified sailors in agonizing death throes. There is smoke across the deck. The ship lurches terrifyingly, and something uncoils itself from within the flames. Something huge that had been wrapped around the ship. A dark mass that rises up off of the ship like a serpent, revealing itself to be a great tentacle, illuminated by a crack of thunder and lightning that streaks across the sky. There is another flash of lightning and a crash of thunder. It snaps you out of this strange fever dream, Mr. Seaton, and now you find yourself staring out at the same view as everyone else, as all of the guests are now pinned up against the window in some macabre fascination, like they just can't look away.
I kind of like blink my eyes and just kind of shake my head and look next to me.
Do I notice any of this?
Ooh, give me a observation check. You have another hinder because chat.
Suck it, nerds.
Hey! Nice! You definitely notice Mr. Seaton look out of the window and immediately Mr. Seaton's eyes kind of glaze over as if they were staring into the distance or looking at nothing at all. His breathing changes. His entire posture changes. Everything about him changes, and for the first time in the whole time you've been with Mr. Seaton, for the first time, there's like a weird memory in Dagmar's mind of the Colonel, but it's like it's like trying to remember what happened the night before when you wake up in the morning and you're still slightly drunk. It's like the memory is there, but it's just sort of out of reach. But there's like, I imagine there's a definite moment where Dagmar almost even says, like, or mouths like the word, like, Colonel. Like that kind of weird, trippy kind of memory. But then that change just kind of disappears with the next peal of thunder.
I feel I've seen something like this before.
Where?
It's hard to explain. Hard to explain. It will destroy the ship very, very easily. We need to find the PLC and either get them to stop this from coming towards us, or find the closest boat and get off of here as fast as possible.
I vote that option. That option first.
See,
Get me off boat.
Have you been on a boat before?
I've been on many boats. I'm from
No, but
the.
when have you seen that before? Pointing at these giant tentacles. Well, it's probably the darkness now. You know, I mean, actual storm, not the band.
Yes, in my dreams, but this is something else. This is real, right? This moment here is real, and there is desperation in Season's voice right now.
Yes.
This is real,
This is real.
right?
We need to act now. That thing is fucking huge.
Yes. Yes. Stop the PLC from destroying the ship.
No, how are you getting me off of this boat?
On a
Now.
On a life raft. They've got them on the roof. We can easily go out there and pull one down. An abandoned ship. This is the reporter.
I like that. Her plan.
But there's not enough time to get everyone off this ship. If we don't act, the staff, the crew, those in the engine room, people are going to die.
Then we
Well, we-
split
we
up.
did-
That's what we do. We split up.
yes.
Sounds
yeah,
to me
split up.
like the three of you have got something that you need to go and do now. If you think you can stop this disaster, go. I will try and gather everyone together. You dancers! And she like gets the attention of the two Russian ballet dancers.
You get the crew and everyone else onto life rafts, and search the ship for everyone else. We will try and find these three, and his eyes keep flicking outside.
Then go! There's no time to waste. Barman, you need to start gathering the people. We're going to start abandoning ship. And the barman's just like, whoa, whoa. And he starts. The first barman picks up the phone that they've got, and you can see that he's like ringing in the phone. At this point, the reporter, she's up. The two dancers are moving across. They're all with her, and they kind of head to the bar, and she starts kind of basically shouting to try and coordinate gathering people together and moving them to where I say life rafts, right? They're like rowing boats, right? We're talking Titanic style, like rowers. Let's hope there's enough Foreshadowing.
I picked a door out.
Size yourself up against it. And then measure it.
Yeah, I've already measured up my door that I could fit on.
Oh my god. Dark humour.
Right. Let us move to the ship. If they're not here, the saloon, maybe. Why would they still be on the ship if they're looking to take it down?
Precisely. Why don't we warn everyone and get off the ship?
But the song is being played, which means the Shrep Scroll's here. Well, something's happened with that heart of the ship, right? If the song's being sung, does that mean something on the ship is singing the song, and that's bringing that tentacly thing towards us?
So let it have the ship.
And hope we survive at sea?
Better than being on it when it goes down. I don't know about you, but I can't swim.
I don't know.
Dagmar's like just in this mad, semi-inebriated frenzy, and Dagmar's just gonna proclaim, I'm gonna go check the other rooms quickly before, to at least see if some members of the PLC are here, if there's anything that indicates that we could put a stop to this. I'll find you if you want to go.
I feel like I should join you. I should join you. I should come with you.
Signy, if you need off, then run.
Signy, I want you to keep yourself safe. I remember making the promise to your mother about keeping you safe. The reporter over there will keep you safe. I promise you, she is a dear friend of mine. If you wish to go with her to get off the ship, then do it.
Split the party.
Dagmar just had a flash of an idea. What if there is one of these people still on the ship? What if one of them intends to go down with the ship? Or they've got somebody to do their dirty work for them? Signy, what if you gave them your box before the Kraken got them?
Do you think that would work?
The box forever?
No.
It depends if the Kraken's more powerful than whatever's in the box.
Comparing the size of the box versus the Kraken itself.
I mean, we have dealt with elfen and fairies who were very small, but they sure did pack a punch.
Just a thought.
Yes, it's a good thought. But we're just standing here. Signy, what would you want to do? Do you wish to join us?
I have to stay with you. I think you're the only people that can help me get rid of this box. But I want off this ship.
Split the party.
Let's sweep the rooms. If there's no one there, we'll find a lifeboat.
Sounds good.
There must be more than enough lifeboats for everyone on board. This is maiden voyage, right? It's not full capacity.
My concern is that I want to start moving towards one of the other rooms, so that we're not just standing there. Is that the creature is not just going to take down the ship, but all the lifeboats, because witnesses.
I would never.
Your eye roll of fuck's sake, Jack.
If that was the case, then it doesn't matter if we take a lifeboat. We either stop this or we perish.
Let us search the rooms. Let's hope that's not the option that they're wanting to do.
Leg it.
Are we splitting up to search rooms or?
Let's not. I'd rather be together if we do encounter something.
We're just gonna run down banging on doors.
They're bathrooms. Sorry,
Oh.
hang on. Let me get out there.
I need a
There
danger
might be
wave.
This
people in the
way!
bathroom.
And then either this way or this way.
We can't do the whole. Okay.
Fine, we'll split the party.
As you kind of come into the casino area, there are the croupiers are still kind of in here. Like they don't know anything yet. Just saying.
Are you guys moving? Why aren't they moving?
We're evacuating the ship. Would you please make your way to the nearest lifeboats?
And don't look out the window.
Of course they're going to look out the fucking window.
Give me a. Ooh. Give me a. Ooh, what check? What check? It's gonna be a manipulation or inspiration, either or.
Who's that? Signy or...
Both of you. And you
Oh.
can choose which one you want to do, manipulation or inspiration.
Can Dagmar help too?
I have skills
There
for
are
these.
2 helps already.
I have more skills for this.
Oh,
You?
I do for this character.
oh.
What do I do? Just press on it on the
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah. Then a little box will appear saying, "Is there a modifier?" There is. You
Yep.
just type 1 in the box.
1.
Oh, little marvelous.
I've just terrified them.
All right. That's
Manipulation. I've got to help for it.
Woof.
Hey, good. The croupiers just like immediately pay attention. Like when you're like, "We're evacuating the ship," they immediately like stop what they're doing and they kind of look at you. And one of the croupiers says, "Then we need to head outside the life rafts," and starts basically trying to tell you where the life rafts are, because it's kind of like their job to help you get off of the ship.
Yes, we're just searching for the other crew members. Let them know. Orders of the captain, and then just move on.
Okay, lovely. So one of the croupiers is going to like head towards the ballroom, and then the other are going to follow. One each is going to follow you out.
Are we splitting the party?
I think it's best at this bit.
Yes, do it.
I think it's best at this bit because we need to get it done quickly as we move our way
The
down.
restaurant is this way. It's the door right at the end of the hall.
And what's this way down here?
You're good. No, that's down the stairs, you ninny.
Oh, I thought you said there was no way this way. Sorry, then we'll go the same way then. Sorry, Sydney. This way. Look down and realise we get to the bow of the ship. No, wrong way. I'm coming, Dagmar.
Move it.
One of the croupiers is in the door of the kitchen and has started to shout orders into the kitchen for the staff to begin the process of abandoning ship. The restaurant is completely empty and all of the tables are in a state of disarray, where crockery and cutlery has sort of slid along the tables as the boat has started to rock really quite hard. And there's items falling on the floor, plates come crashing down onto the floor.
How's the terrible chandelier looking?
The chandelier is fine. That's just merrily like Just chilling, hanging out.
Tagging.
We can go up. What was through this door here?
The
Oh,
kitchen.
that's the kitchen. And up the stairs.
Yeah, and the stairs take you to the saloon.
Go, 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 go.
All right. I'm going as fast as I can. Et voila!
Ha.
Who've we got here?
You have got Percival, Horatio, Scarlet, Shettle, and Amelia. All the bigwigs.
Oh, the big wigs.
Signy hasn't quite realised who it is and is instinctively running up the stairs going, "Get off the ship, it's gonna sink!" And then she stops when she sees who it is.
Like, all eyes turn to you as you come, like, running up the stairs, hysterically shouting that the boat is going to sink.
How do they react?
There's like a little moment where there's just a bit of silence that falls in the room as people kind of process what's happening. And then Percival, who is sitting over here, he says, "Nonsense, nothing's going to sink this ship."
Do I believe him?
No. Because there is a giant mythical sea monster out there ready to do such things.
Have you looked out of the window?
You would realise at this point, as you say that when you look out of the windows here, you can't see anything because you're at the back of the ship, and all of the sight to see is at the front of the ship. Percival is gonna like do that horrible he's gonna sneer at you and be like, "It's a storm. The ship will be fine."
Not if the engineering crew are having problems with said storm and are taking on water from below. I'd prefer it if you didn't sneer at my guests.
Ooh.
Amelia pipes up and is like, "There shouldn't be water getting into the below. There's several bilge pumps all the way along."
And they have failed.
All of them. They're on separate rings.
They are indeed. But some of them have failed and we are taking on water.
You're going to have to give me a manipulation check. You have a help? You're very manipulative, so you should be fine.
Why? No, stop jinxing it.
Oh, Loki, what did you do?
Oh, for fuck.
See? You've got nothing to worry about. Chat, we need more hinders, please. More hinders. The more hinders you give, the more dramatic this story's going to get.
They're trying to kill us!
Mikey, don't help.
Okay, the room goes completely silent as you say that several of them have failed, and that the ship is taking on water. Shettle and Scarlet both stand up from the sofa. That's these two here. So they both stand up from the sofa, kind of together, wide-eyed and looking worried. Scarlet says, "Well then surely we must abandon ship."
I'm going to lean over to Mr. Scene at this point and loud. It's meant to be a whisper, but it'll be loud enough that they can hear it. That she just goes, "Are you going to mention the giant tentacles?" No.
She whisper back. No.
Oh.
Amongst all this hubbub, because, you know...
Drama.
Yep. And Dagmar's questionable hobbies, meaning that they quite often can read people. Which one of these people, from their perception of fate?
Give me an observation roll. You have a help.
Come on.
Oh. So far, everyone's reactions have been genuine. So there's clearly Percival believes that the ship is never going to sink. Amelia obviously has a lot of technical knowledge about the ship, like in her head. Shettle and Scarlet are both very worried. Horatio hasn't said anything yet. So to answer your question, they're all as sus as each other.
That comes in like kind of midst of blind panic and rage at these people. And
There is a huge crash of thunder at this point, and the ship lurches down over the top of a very large wave that it has just crested. I am going to need everybody to make me an agility roll.
Modifiers or just agility?
I mean, you all have a hinder. Like,
Okay.
all of y'all.
This is not going to be good then.
There's like one person in the room who is probably so inebriated that they're like a gyro. They're just like, way. Whereas whereas Mr. Seaton and Signy, Shettle and Scarlet, all of you just hit the deck as you are thrown off balance and fall onto the floor. Horatio, Amelia and Percival are all sat down, so they managed to stay in their seats. So
In fairness to the story, I'm right next to the stairs. How unlucky am I?
You
Don't put ideas in his head.
you are not so
Yeah.
unlucky that I'm rolling you backwards down the stairs. Yeah.
Just checking.
But maybe
Um,
later.
A story refresher. Who's the Horatio guy?
The twin. Horatio and Percival are twins.
Right, okay. Yeah, Dagmar's kind of filled with a mixture of panic and rage. Still kind of like very much motivated by this crazy, basically deduction that they've come to as to what's going on here. And is just going to come out angrily at the room. Like, you were all down in the engine room. You were all at the heart of the ship. What did you do? One of you is aware of what's going on here.
There is like a little moment where everyone kind of looks at everyone else like, well, who did it then? And eventually Scarlet speaks up and she's like, of course we've been down to the engine room. We've been everywhere on a guided tour.
What did you do with the plaque?
Plaque? What?
Why was it burnt? You all went to see the heart of the ship.
She then turns and like looks at Horatio and looks over at Percival and Amelia, and she's like, you three were the last people on the tour. Did you do something? What have you done? And there's like this little moment. And then Amelia says, we didn't do anything. It's a plaque. And Percival then follows up with, and we don't appreciate accusations.
Somebody did something to it. It must have been one of you.
Sorry, just looking over them. Do I see any of them holding a Royden cross of something on their person? Or maybe a vial or something around their neck?
You can give me a vigilance check.
Oh, I'm not good at that anymore.
Oh no.
Do I have a help or a hinder on this one?
You have a help!
Hey, I'm gonna need it. See? I'm gonna need it. Jinxed me. You did. You took it away.
No.
I had help.
I'm going
You took it
to
away.
I'm going to twiddle my moustache in satisfaction. The power of the GM. No, you don't really see. There's no really obvious Rose and Cross. No one's got any of the things that you've seen on other Rose and Cross members. Shettle is going to kind of break you looking at them, and he's like, I thought we were abandoning the ship, and now we are standing here chatting. Should we not be moving towards life rafts?
No, one of you can stop it. One of you can stop this now. You could save everyone if we find out who's responsible and what they've done.
Ooh. Give me an inspiration check.
I have an advantage of sharply dressed with 1 auto success.
Yes, you do!
Yes. Yes.
You 100% do! Do you wish to deploy your
I deploy.
insta-success?
I deploy.
Yes! Alright. So, this lands in the room in quite a special way. As Shettle and Scarlet have been kind of getting themselves off the floor, as you know, he was getting up off the floor as he was saying, should we not be abandoning ship? And he turns and looks around the room, and Scarlet does the same. And she ends up speaking first, and she says, well, which one of you is it then? Because this is a multi-million-dollar ship. And if one of you can save it, then you had better do so. And as she says that, she reaches into her clutch that she's got on her arm, and she pulls out a small, really dinky revolver.
Yeah.
And then she starts doing she backs up into the room and starts kind of pointing it at all the people. And then she's like, I haven't invested everything I've got to have it sink into the bottom of the sea. Which one of you is it? And then there is stunned silence. Shettle puts his hands up and he's like, and he's like, Scarlet, Scarlet, calm yourself. And she's like, no, I won't! Which one of you? You have created a monster. And everyone goes tight lipped. both of the Laird twins put their hands up, but Amelia does not. She seems very calm.
Was Amelia one of the ship makers, or she's more the technical engineer?
Yeah, she is one of the... She is one half of the company that made the ship. Yeah, basically everyone in this room is a CEO.
Are Seaton and Signy still on the floor?
We are getting back up. We are back up again. I'm helping Signy back up again anyway. Amelia's the only one that's looking calm at this point. What's she looking at?
She is looking at Scarlet. She's looking at Mrs. Pierce.
Yeah. But she's...
in a kind of very calm, calculated, unnerving calm, calculated.
Forgive me guys, my handwriting's terrible. Who are the PLC? Which three did we isolate? Were the three?
Percival Laird,
It's all of them.
Amelia Campbell,
Yep.
and Scarlet Pierce.
So yeah, she is acting up. Scarlet, get a hold of yourself. Waving a gun around here is not going to help anyone.
Waving a gun around is going to help all of us. One of these people is going to fix it, or we're just going to work our way around the room. And now she's pointing the gun at Horatio.
And what would Horatio's motive be for crashing the ship?
She doesn't turn to look at you. She's just pointing at Horatio. And then she says, I don't know, let's find out. Horatio, why are you trying to sink the ship? And he just looks at her with his hands up. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she shoots him in the leg.
And now I pull my revolver into
And
her.
he like cries out in pain. And then she's like, I asked the question again.
And
She
I
doesn't
pull
even
my
look
revolver
at
out.
you.
I will cock it back. I'll go, and what would your motivation be for sinking the ship?
Oh, I like it.
She spins around on the spot, revolver pointing at you, and
If
she's
she's pointing the revolver at me, I'm going to shoot the revolver, trying to shoot the revolver out of her hand.
I'm so excited. I'm legitimately so excited by this. Can you fire off the weapon, please? So you're going to need to do an attack roll with your gun.
This is really bad because this
You
is
have
you can't use a gun.
And you have a hinder.
You're gonna end up shooting. Oh gosh.
I'm hoping so!
Based on the position, you're probably just going to shoot Horatio in the head, right?
No, poor Horatio.
That's the kind thing to
Last
do.
one. Here we go. Can't see.
Hey! Yes! I'm a little bit disappointed that you don't just shoot her dead in the middle of the saloon. But this could be better. You do. You basically shoot the gun straight out of her hand as she turns around. I imagine as you make the accusation, she goes to turn around, and there is a moment where you see her turning, and an instinct within you kicks in, an instinct you didn't even know you had, as the Colonel pulls out a revolver and, like, just fires it without even aiming, just fires it, smacking this revolver straight out of her hand. It goes clattering across the floor, and I imagine the Colonel takes a step forward and recocks the gun, like, all simultaneously, and is pointing it right at her. She goes, like, deadpan quiet. Ooh, it will have gone in this direction. So somewhere in between Horatio and the pot plant in the corner.
Dagmar's going to basically run and dive for it.
Yeah, Horatio would have done the same, but he's been shot in the leg, so he's not doing that.
Poor Horatio.
By this point, by the way, Shettle has dropped to the floor, like dropped to the floor, like his bowler hat missing. He's like on the ground, like this is like a drill. Percival has stood up as well, but is really unsure whether he should run to his brother or whether that will get him shot. Amelia is still cool as a cucumber. Scarlet doesn't say a word. She just stares at you, kind of surprised and maybe a little horrified, like this has sort of snapped her out of her crazed moment.
One does not throw stones in glass houses when they haven't first explained themselves. Myself, I don't want to see the ship sink because it's my father's and family's steel. It would put a black mark against our name. So, why would you want to see the ship sink?
She does something you don't entirely expect her to do. And before she answers you, she turns and looks right at Amelia. And then she turns back to look at you. And then she smiles and she says, I don't want this ship to sink. It's millions and millions of dollars of my investment.
Do I believe her when she's saying it? Can I roll a insight check?
Yeah, it's
Basically.
called observation.
Observation?
Observation.
Oh, here we go. Do I have a help or a hinder on this one?
You have a hinder, I'm afraid.
I thought I would.
Nobody loves you.
No.
No.
Here we go.
Well, she's not lying.
Good question. How would the insurance money look?
Ooh. You think I'm trying to pull an insurance scam by sinking the biggest cruise liner in our fleet?
One of you could be.
I'm going to
Maybe
lean
not.
over to you and
Yeah.
just say, this is taking a long time. Mention the tentacles. Someone will be shocked.
I
Someone
love
won't.
this. I love this. No one
Assuming
is going to need to mention the tentacles. For
Why
they
not?
are about to introduce themselves
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, you took too long.
to the ship.
Useless.
There is a deafening crashing sound that like echoes through every single part of the ship and out into and out into the sea. everybody is going to need to give me another agility roll, as the ship is basically stopped dead as something rather large grabs hold of it.
Do we need to help or hinder here?
Ooh, there is one hinder that you can share amongst yourselves.
I'll take the hinder. The rest of you can be fine.
I should have taken it.
Cool as a cucumber with the gun. I am Lieutenant
Yeah, well,
Colonel
because
right
you
now.
are the colonel, for sure. Dagmar hits the deck. Signy hits the deck. Scarlet hits the deck. Horatio falls off the sofa.
Oh, Horatio.
Percival falls over because he was standing up. The only person who is not affected by this sudden outburst is Amelia, who finally recognizes that there may in fact be some terrible danger, because this makes her kind of cry out in surprise.
I'm surprised to hear you cry out, Amelia. You being acting so calm and cool over this.
She then looks around the room and she's like, I think Shettle might be right. You came in here to tell us to evacuate. That sounds like we've just hit something. And if we were taking on water before, we probably are now.
We most certainly are. So what have we hit, Amelia?
I don't know. I can't see out of the...
My gun moves to Amelia. Can we kind of just drop this bullshit now? You know who we are and we know who you are. What have we hit?
She rolls her eyes and says, you already know what we've hit. Why are you asking me?
Because I wanted that confirmation. And I shoot it between the eyes.
You fire off your gun. The bullet, there is no way that you could miss. And yet you do. Because just as you hear the gun fire, you realise you're now pointing the gun over in the corner. As if someone had just moved your hand. And she smiles at you. And she says, it's a little drastic, don't you think?
Like, Seaton is crazy laughing at that. You're crashing the ship into a Kraken. And that was drastic.
It's not the ship. It's not the ship we're after.
Dagmar's kind of picking himself up. Revolver in hand as well, having found it on the floor. What are you after?
You. All of you. Each and every one of you. You see, you're our gift. And your deaths will secure us power beyond imagination. So you see, you being right here, right now, is playing straight into our plan. Evacuating the ship is playing straight into our plan. In fact, every minute that you do nothing plays into our plan. This creature is going to devour all of you. And you will make such an incredible offering that it will be devoted to us. Some might even call it ensnared by us. Imagine. We will control the oceans. So you can stand here and dilly-dally, fire accusations off left and right like bullets. Or, why don't you try and break the little spell that we've got going? There's like a little moment as this kind of sinks in. Percival is sort of sitting on the floor looking at her, and he's like, "You're insane! I never would have agreed to this if I had known." And she just looks at Percival, and she's like, "But you helped us nonetheless." Your move.
Can I try and get a bead on the lady in one sense? Does she seem like the suicidal type? Is this she's dying for a cause?
Yeah, she's giving off all kinds of nutcase vibes right now.
So she's happy to go down with the ship herself?
Yeah, if she wasn't so demure, she'd be like evil laughing right now and petting her very fluffy cat. Your move.
I'll turn to Percival. What did you do to the ship?
He turns to look at you and he goes, "We just took them on a tour. We showed them the plaque. We... And then he kind of pauses. And just as he pauses, Amelia stands up from her seat. And she kind of turns to look at him and she's like, Now, Tattletale." And she just stares at him. And he stops talking. And then he like reaches his hands towards himself. And then he starts to look like he's panicking. And then the panic turns into pure terror. He like skirtles along the floor. He turns to look at you. He like he tries to get himself up off the floor, kind of lunges in your direction, like trying to like get hold of you. All the while he sort of seems to be choking.
I'd like to fire the revolver again at Amelia, but not shoot it at her. Shoot it so it hits the... Just to try and break her concentration more than anything else, but shoot it so it's near her, but not actually at her.
Yeah. She turns to look at you, and she's like, "So cavalier. Anyone would think you were a military man."
Oh shit.
And it kind of hits you in the head like someone cracking a gong. Mr. Seaton suddenly entirely takes back over again, pushing down a colonel who never existed. And you're not really sure where you are or how you got there or what is happening to you. And Percival has kind of got hold of your leg. And as he begins to choke, water starts to just come out of him. Where he just starts basically just drowning in front of you.
What are you doing to him? Amelia, stop it!
And this would be something that both Signy and Dagmar would notice. Like another really sharp shift in Mr. Seaton's behaviour.
Come on, good man, get yourself up. Come on, come on, somebody help me!
Dagmar is gonna put the revolver into their pocket. Pull out upon their person. They still have a rose dagger that's crusted in salt, and throw herself towards Amelia with dagger in hand.
Okay, 100%. It will be a surprise, so we won't roll for initiative yet. You're in the same room, so you'd be able to do slow fast action, so you can totally move all the way over to her and then attack her with this dagger. You have a hinder.
Yeah.
Oh! Okay, so you come dashing towards her, and you pull out this dagger, and you stab it towards Amelia with the full intent of murdering her. And she deftly knocks your hand to one side as you violently stab the sofa, and she takes a little step back, and she's like, now things are getting interesting. And she is going to take this exact moment, she's going to turn tail, and she's going to bolt for the stairs.
As she gets to that point, I'm going to try and launch myself at her.
Are you going to leave Percival to drown? Just clarifying.
Shit. No, he wouldn't. No, he'll yell, Signy, grab her!
Signy's like a rabbit in the headlights. And kind of makes a really delayed. Like she'd kind of backed away a bit from all of that was happening and was just watching.
Chaos here.
So she's going to make a delayed jump.
Alright.
Dagmar's going to shout, Signy, the box!
The box!
What's in the box?
I love this. Alright, you're going to need to give me a... you're trying to grapple. So, let me pop this up. Trying to grapple someone is a force roll.
This won't be good.
And it's just a force roll. No helps, no hinders. Chat got excitable and I think used them all up. I mean, you are only little, right?
I did say it was delayed as well. Like grab her ankle.
You lunge forward and she just manages to get past you, kind of tapping her way down the stairs as she does so. You probably like lunge forward and grab hold of the banister of the stairs and just watch her going like tap 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 tap. And as she goes round the corner of the stairs, she looks up at you and just smiles and then runs the remaining distance down the stairs. There is another crack of thunder, and Shettle looks up from the ground and he's like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Everyone get to the lifeboats. How's Percival now at this point? Is he still drowning?
Still drowning. He's doing the thing of like clinging onto your suit. But he's...
I don't know any spells. I'm completely useless in this situation to be able to stop this. Is there anything? Do I know anything that Max would have done at this point?
You gently lower Percival's body down to the ground as he just sort of stops fighting and just succumbs to his watery death. And as you lower him down to the ground, you get a flashback instantly of corpses littering the deck of the ship. The sound of thunder pealing overhead as a hand raises up from the ground towards you. A badly burned sailor laying on the deck reaches his hand out towards you, and through the rain, through the thunder, through the screams and the cacophony of destruction behind you, you don't hear what he says, but you can read the sailor's lips as he asks you for help. What did you do, Colonel?
I turned away.
And?
I pushed it out of my mind and continued on.
What would you have done, Mr. Seaton? Tough question.
Mr. Seaton himself has never been in that position.
But what would you have done, Mr.
Alright.
Seaton?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, you do. You know deep down what Mr. Seaton would do. You're living him. You are him. He is your character.
Mr. Seaton would have helped.
Mr. Seaton would have helped. That realization snaps you out of your daydream, of your prophecy, of your memory. You're not really sure what they are. But you know that you're Mr. Seaton right now. And people need your help.
Everyone, get to the life rafts. As Amelia says, apparently this thing is not here for you, it's here for us. Scarlet. How's Scarlet looking at this point?
That is a good question. One moment, please. I have to roll to see if she's managing to hold herself together. She is not! So, she's not holding it together. She just starts laughing. Like maniacal laughter. On the floor. Like hysterical laughter. Like this is just the funniest thing.
I will go over to her and try and like pick her up and go to Scarlet. Scarlet, what did she do to the ship?
Scarlet's eyes like roll around in her head as you're picking her up, where she is in all kinds of a strange place. When you ask her that question, however, her eyes snap straight to yours. And she does not have human eyes when she snaps her eyes at you. She has her eye sockets are empty. They are filled with like the night sky, like completely black and filled with stars. And it is something that you find extremely unnerving all of a sudden, because those are the same eyes as what Gaetir has.
What's Gaetir again? Sorry.
Gaetir is a Kelror. A guardian of like springs and lakes and rivers and wells.
I was kind of looking over. What are you doing here? You're far from home.
You're far from home. And that makes Scarlet completely pull herself together. Like, instantly pull herself together. And she leans in towards you and she's like, so you can see them. Amelia wasn't lying. You can see us.
What has she done to you? Why are you here?
She like cocks her head to the side and she's like, I think you might be mistaking me for someone. And she leans like right in close to you. I don't think we've ever met.
I've met another Kelror. And I know you prefer streams, rivers, ponds, not great open seas.
Well, maybe you can stop this after all. If you can see us, that is.
What do we need to do?
You need to find the altar. And you need to destroy it.
How do we destroy it?
And she just points at Dagmar. You already have the how. You need to stop Amelia.
Can you help us?
She rearranges her pashmina. So she rearranges, so she's got this like scarf pashmina over her shoulders. She rearranges it, flipping it over, and all on the inside of it are roses. intertwined with knotwork that unmistakably makes crosses. And she's like, no.
How do we help you?
By stopping Amelia from summoning the Kraken.
Help these people get to the life raft, and we will stop Amelia.
And then maybe we need to talk afterwards.
And then we'll talk afterwards. Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. And good luck. Amelia is not alone. She brought friends.
Dagmar's kind of on their feet by this point and is sort of somewhat confused. Which isn't out of character. Just stand there going, why did you point at me? What do you mean we have the answer? Do you mean this? And holding out the salt-crusted dagger.
And she nods. That, exactly. Maybe the society isn't dead after all.
We're trying.
We need
Go.
Seaton, we need to move.
The ship
Yep.
is sinking.
I will pick up Signy from where she probably still is. And run downstairs, and I'll head to the kitchen first. Actually, I'll turn back up for a second and go, where is this altar?
She just shrugs. And she's illuminated in the background by the lightning as she does so.
I thought as much. And I will first run into the kitchen.
Alright, one moment please while I do a small amount of housekeeping. Housekeeping! Boop. Alright, running down the stairs. The kitchen is empty. It is devoid of people. And I'm going to go with that one.
With what one?
Oh, I'm just changing background music to...
Okay, cool. Well, there's a token that just
give
like
us some,
walked
give us
past
some
and not
zhuzh.
realised.
Give us some zhuzh.
I'm looking for the salt.
Oh, there's loads of it. You'd easily be able to find the salt here.
How exactly does your dagger work? Dagger.
I've only ever used it on spirits, but salt seems to basically make them effective when otherwise they wouldn't be. I do have another knife here if anyone doesn't have one, but we are in a kitchen after all.
I was kind of hoping we get as much salt as we can and try and wrap these knives in the salt. As kind of like a scabbard of some kind.
I mean, I could hand you this, but you know, the room is filled with knives.
Would you like this small butter knife, or would you like that saber over there? Dagmar's immediately going to agree and try and gather anything remotely sharp and pointy.
Okay, weapons akimbo.
And then I'll get as much
Seaton-
salt as I can carry.
So Seaton, yes, as well as the dagger, when we encountered a spirit that was controlled on the train, salt also stopped it from crossing. So
I remember spending most of that time counting fibers of a carpet. At that point.
you were particularly useful, yes.
For most of that, I remember.
Enough small talk.
Anyway,
guys.
yes. Yeah. Ransack it, and
Dagmar's
then
gonna kind of like usher Signy, like grab knives, make them
Um,
wet, get as much salt on these as you can.
Oh, okay. I will do as I'm told.
Assaulting lives.
Where do we think this altar's going to be?
The kitchen. There should be salt everywhere, right?
Altar, where the altar is.
Oh, I thought you said salt. I don't know.
In her room.
I think that's the first
Pretty
one.
obvious. I don't know.
But we'd have to go through all the rooms one by one. Do we know which room was hers?
You have the passenger manifest, do you not?
We do indeed.
Who has the passenger manifest?
Who among you?
I would assume that Signy still has it.
Yeah, I was
makes sense.
circling it.
Yeah, and she's probably using the back of it to write on.
It's illegible now. I'll hand it to you to have a look at.
Oh,
Presuming that you know what one looks like more than I would, and how to quickly find it.
I was searching for her room first.
Alright. Her room is on the... She's also travelling first class like you guys were. So, her room is on the other side. I'm trying to find the notes. I've got some shady ass notes going on here. Shady ass notes. Yeah, so you would have to go down the stairs and like almost opposite Madame Hilding's room. Like on the other side of the ship.
Let's head there then.
Alright.
Onward.
Oh, one moment, please. While I draw our brave souls together, I will put you... No, not you.
No.
No. I will put you outside of the door. Alright, here we go. Bringing you down into the depths of the ship. Hang on, let me move you. To here! You are in the corridor. This is... Madame Hilding's door is on the left-hand side.
This one. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
The one that's locked.
The one that's locked! Yes! More thunder, please.
Is it just a basic lock on this door? Nothing.
Yeah, it's just a basic lock on this door. There's nothing special about them.
And the same kind of wooden doors as all the other doors have
Yeah.
been.
What, Amelia's room is opposite?
So this is Amelia's room, just here on the left.
Oh, I thought you said Madame Hilda.
Madame Hilding's room is like perfectly on the opposite side of the ship.
Okay. Seaton, do it. Kick that door in. We don't have time.
I'm not really that way inclined to do that, but I will certainly try.
It'll be a force roll, and you have just had a help.
Oh, thank you for tonight. I'm going to need it for this character.
Hey! The help helped. Alright. You do this thing where you're like this, where you like get your like shoulder on the door, and then you're like bang, and you just go straight, the door bangs straight open. Boof. Et voila. revealing
Can
the
I-
room beyond.
Can I run a line of salt across the doorway?
Yes, absolutely you can.
There's nothing in here, is there?
What a waste of
No, there is not. I am afraid. Is that going to load in? What you do see, however, is from the window. I will just move it down so you can see it. Et voila. If you look out of the window, you would see a gigantic tentacle rising up out of the water. There it is, this somewhat suspicious looking, because I can see it, because I obviously can see the whole map. It looked fine. But looking at stream,
It's questionable.
it does look a little dodge.
Well,
That
it's not
is-
quite. It's not quite TOS, but it's suggestive.
It's to clarify, as a storyteller, it is a large tentacle erupting from the water.
It's a tentacle, not a penis.
Yeah. Tentacle.
Is there? Can I just quickly? Is there anything in like these table drawers or anything at all, or is it just a clean, untouched room?
Ooh, yes! You can start searching the room. There are belongings in here. Clearly someone has stayed in here during the cruise.
Where else would she have spent time to build an altar? Any of the rooms from below here, she could use. No one was going in and out of them. No one would have seen her.
There,
Scarlet's room.
What was that?
I was going to
Scarlet's
say.
room.
One more time, Dagmar. The thunder keeps cracking in.
Well, we know Scarlet's compromised, or was something wasn't right. Could it have
She
been
would-
Scarlet's room?
She would have known where it was then, though.
Hmm.
Though it's worth a try.
I've got no other ideas. The only weird thing we know of is the coldness of the plaque at the heart of the ship. But that didn't resemble an altar.
No.
Is there anyone on the
Long shot.
manifest? Is there anyone on the manifest who is listed but isn't here?
Ooh, good idea.
Long shot. Just quickly. It's after us, so it needs to know who we are. What if the altars are in our room?
What if they're hidden in our room?
Well, if they're hidden in our rooms, so that the Kraken would know who to target.
Or who's already missing. And I'm going to run across to Madame Hilding's room.
Okay. Madame Hilding's room is it's this deck is shaped like a horseshoe. The corridor is a horseshoe, which you guys would know this because you're on the other side of the horseshoe. There's a horseshoe corridor, rooms on the outside, rooms on the inside, and at the very top is like the cargo hold. So you'd need to run like down and round to get to Madame Hilding's room.
Where are
I
our
was-
rooms? Are our rooms nearer?
So your rooms are on the other side. So as you run all the way around the horseshoe, you'll run past all your rooms to get to Madam Hilding.
I'm gonna head. I've got to go down this way.
Yeah.
I'll head.
Would you like me to fast move you to outside
Yeah.
Madam Hilding's room?
Thank you. If we passed one of our rooms, I would like to try and investigate there quickly as well.
Oh, you'll have run past all of your rooms.
Oh,
Failing that, where would no one look? Cargo. Who checks cargo on a ship?
Yes, cargo.
Yeah.
Cargo would be a quiet area.
And that door is straight up.
cool.
Peek my head in Madam Hilding's room first to
Yeah.
see if I notice anything different.
Click the door.
And then I laugh for it.
Click
Oh, sorry.
the door. Wrong door. Yes! Oh, sorry.
They're not meant to be in there, right? Oh, hello.
Avert your gaze. I thought I'd hidden them because you'd come down
Everyone
here
out?
already.
Everyone
Oh.
out?
No, you're there. I've made them disappear. The room is empty, as if no one had stayed here, as you know.
Seeing it's empty, I will go back and try and... Whose room's closer from here? Dagmar's.
Yours, I believe.
I will head straight to my
which
room
is
then.
this door.
Head there and open it up.
Yeah.
And I'll do a quick scout around to
It's-
see if there's anything in
It
here.
is your room as you left it.
Okay.
Signy, as
Yes.
they run out of the room and head down towards Mr. Seaton's room, did you want to start walking towards cargo?
Yep.
Okay, cargo is this way. It's this
Okay.
door here.
As soon as I'm done searching here, I'll head
The
towards
one right at
cargo
the
as well.
end.
The one right at the end. Alright.
I sort of
Can
wait
I-
in the
can I just
doorway,
flip
but
Seaton- Can I flip Seaton's bed?
You're like, I wait in the doorway. I'll move you back.
too late. I
I'll
would
move you
walk
back.
in the room, but then I would have sort of waited.
Yeah.
But I would have walked in the room.
You
Well, I just-
open the door to cargo. And the room is filled with a strange blue miasma, like a weird kind of fog or a mist that seems to be drifting around, growing brighter and fading away. It pulses with this dark blue light and this energy, and you see Amelia standing in front of it would have been inside a crate that she has wrenched open, so the crate is still laying on the floor. In front of her is like a stone slab, and she has her hands on this stone slab. And when you open the door, she hears you and she turns around to look at you. And as she does so, she turns like dead on the spot, like she rotates on her feet as if she was slightly hovering off the ground. She turns around, and in her hands, the only way that you can describe it is it would have been knee-high, a knee-high little old man with a really long nose that looks like it's been broken a few times, in a little sailor's outfit. Except it is absolutely drenched in blood, and she's covered in the blood in front of her and on her face, as you realise you have just interrupted her devouring the ship's roll. And we're going to go for our break there. So that we too can go and devour our own Shepstro. So we're going to go for a short break during our intermission. How about 10 past the hour? How does that sound for everyone?
Sounds good.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
10 past the hour. All right.
Yep.
We're going to go and have a short rest. We're going to roll some hit die, have our consumables, maybe pop open a few health potions here or there. And we will be back at 10 past the hour. Until then, we'll see you after the break. And we are back from our break for more drama on the high seas as our brave souls try to stop a crazy lady in a fabulous hat who's currently devouring a dead thing in the cargo bay, summoning the Kraken to sacrifice all of the guests to it so she can gain ultimate power. So it's a normal Sunday. So it's a normal Sunday night for us, really. Oh no, I've totally pressed the wrong button. Here are the cast! Yay! Technical issue!
Yay! There we go.
Yay!
There we go.
It's an episode of the Society. We've got eating raw flesh in the cargo bay, summoning the Kraken, sacrificing people to gain ultimate power, and technical issues. So, I mean, it is now definitely an episode of the Society. When we left just before our break, Signy had opened the door to the cargo bay and found one Amelia Camel in here eating the dead ship's raw. In a mystical, blue, spooky miasma. Because I love the word miasma. What will you do?
Well, Signy, usually being run away and worry about it later, is going to panic. She's going to throw one of the daggers that Dagmar told her to get. She's going to throw it towards her, jump behind some of this cargo next to her while shouting, "She's in here!" Hoping someone will come and sort this out for her.
I love this for you. Okay, let's open up our character sheet, and then we're going to go into combat after this. So, just saying. All right, scroll down through your character sheet. You'll find your weapon. You'll see the attribute for it is melee. Change that to ranged.
Yep.
And then hit use. And you have a help, so a +1 modifier.
Woo!
Yes! Yes!
What a
This is a
roll!
complete fluke. She's not even looking. Throwing and diving.
And just got salt rubbed into
Like
it.
literally, wham! 280! Like, straight in the middle. Throw that dagger as you dive over the boxes. So diving over those boxes, throwing that dagger. Oh gosh. And you hear Signy shout, she's in here. We're going to go into initiative. I'm going to press the buttons. Here we go. Here we go. First of all, we do that. Then we do this. Then I'm going to play some loud thunder for everybody. And then I'm going to deal everyone a card. Do. Oh. Full place. Do you? Alright. Let me add you all in. Oh no, I didn't mean that. Oh, new things. Add a turn. Add a turn. And add a turn. Please have a little look at your card by clicking on it. And then add yourself into the
Don't
The
see
number
a
of things
card.
we see.
Can't see a card.
It's down just above your name. It looks like a
Nope. Nope,
No.
nothing there.
I think I can see mine.
Can you?
Just above my name, like a little grey.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Oh.
No.
Technical difficulty!
Yay! Technical difficulties! Well, I'll do yours for you, shall I?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
I don't know how to fix that problem right now. That is a problem for tomorrow.
Oh, it's coming up. I found it.
So you just
just-
lied
it's
to
just-
me.
It's literally just like refresh and come up.
Oh yeah, so's mine. Do you want me to click on it or not?
Yes, please. What did your last slave dial?
He's still sitting
Right
there.
here.
He's a tough one.
All right, add your count how many things are on the card. Oh my God,
9.
step-by-step instructions. Then where your name is, click the yes.
We did it!
Oh my God! Maybe
Right.
you're not completely technically inept. All right,
It's the choice.
Dagmar, you get to go first. I do just need to. One moment, please. There'll be some white lines appearing. Those are your zones.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. All done. Zones are up.
I've got a fast and a slow, or too fast, right?
Yep, that's it. And there is a conflict actions help sheet for your.
See the help sheet. So as a fast action, I can move into the next zone.
Yep.
Do I have to? Oh god! Oh god! Help!
Things are happening.
Here we go. Does that mean I have to be there for my next action? Or is it a case of I can be here?
So it would mean, yes, you can move all the way there because the door is already open.
Right.
Yeah. So that would be your 2 fast actions. So that would be, you've got to cross into the white line.
moved
Sorry,
within the zone.
yeah. You
Yeah,
cross
yeah.
the white line as an action and then it's moving within a zone.
Yep.
All right, lovely. Alrighty. So, next is... Alright, next is Amelia. So, we head on over to the creepy miasma, where we have Amelia stashed in here. She is... Catch me here, Brett. She is going to... What is she going to do? So many options. Okay. Alright. She is going to immediately, as you come into the room, you see, Dagmar, that she has got one of the knives already, like, buried in her shoulder, which Signy must have thrown at her. She is going...
Like a pro.
like an absolute boost. She's going to start pulling the knife out of her shoulder, and then she's going to look at the knife and just go clever, clever, and drop it on the floor. And then Signy, I am going to need you to do a force roll, but not yet. Because... Here we go. Magic 8. Alright. Chat! Wake up! It's time to wake up. I am going to give you in chat, well, someone in chat, the opportunity to roll the dice for me. Because Why not? So here we go. Oh shit, do I need a space? Now I'm like a thing. Beep! Did it work? It did! If you would like the chance to roll all of these magic dice, please enter in !join, and you'll have to do it quick because you've only got like 20 seconds left.
Can I join? Can I do it?
Yeah! Of course you can.
Yeah, but then you'll feel super guilty if you kill me.
The guilt will be real.
I've entered.
You sadistic.
I love this so much. Estra! Estra, if you go into your Twitch redeems, you should now see a button that says, like 8d6 or something, it will say. Roll an 8d6. Click it for us. Fingers crossed, everyone. We haven't done this in a while. I don't know if everything's working.
It's going well so far.
I mean, everything so far has worked. Come on, Estra. The drama.
Who doesn't see it?
Ha! But I can
see it in mine.
I can see it in mine too. Because I don't have the magical power.
Just quickly mod Estra for 20 minutes, then he'll be able to see it.
Humana. Is it mods only? Maybe. Well, that hasn't gone according to plan. Technical issues abound. All right. Well, I'm gonna. Yeah, Jack, can you see it in your redeems? In Twitch?
Yes, I do.
Everyone absolutely crapped on Estra.
Estra, you must be able to see it then if it's appeared.
Hold up.
Wait.
Oh.
I refreshed. Oh! Come on, dice! Now let there be a dice roll across the screen! Oh my god, this is so stressful. Yes! It worked! And you got a success! Nice! Yay! Alright, now you need to do a force roll, Signy, because you're in terrible danger of being injured.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
And you have a help for your force roll.
Oh.
You take
on.
1 point of physical damage.
Where do I put that?
So on your character sheet,
Yeah.
you should be able to see below your attributes, but above your skills, you've got your
conditions.
Tick a condition, a physical condition. All right, and then we'll move on. Mr. Seaton, go.
I will just do a fast movement across this bay, and then do the next fast movement to get into the next area. And as I understand it, that's all I can do.
Absolutely, Signy, your turn.
Oh gosh. I have never been in combat while playing this yet.
You'll be fine.
Have you found the list of things that you can do?
I can. I have found it.
Excellent.
That's a start.
I mean, I thought that would be the hard bit, if I'm honest.
I'm going to try and sort of move in the hope that she might not realise I've moved. If I can get around here somehow.
Yeah, so that's a movement within a zone.
And then I will try and... What sort of wound? I went for wounded. If I'm bleeding or something, I will try and wrap something around myself or...
Oh, so she actually cursed you with something called deadly cold.
Nothing.
So your physical injury, actually, it's probably a little bit like a burn. it would be.
Oh,
So yeah, you could totally like start wrapping like
I will do
around
that.
the arm for the burn.
I will do that.
All right, lovely. Okay, Dagmar.
She's currently facing all of us in the doorway, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm just going to go gung-ho. I'm going to run at her with my dagger again.
Okay, so that's a movement within a zone. I think you can attack.
Can I?
Yep. Yeah, it's a fast action and a slow action.
Oh,
There
yes! Oh my god, we're not even hesitating. It's murder time.
Murder time.
It's murder time. Alright. So, that is 2 points of damage. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Okay. You run forward and you plunge this dagger into this now, crazed woman covered in blood. She lets out a visceral scream as you do so, realizing to her horror that you are somehow able to bypass whatever magic she's got protecting her, that she thought was made her basically untouchable, and you're now bypassing it so much so that you're able to stab her with your dagger. And after her quite visceral scream, she's going to look at you with like hatred in her eyes. It is her turn. She is going to furrow her brow, and then she is going to hit you with... Okay, she's going to hit you with another curse that she has up her sleeve. It is going to be... you will need to do a force roll. Let me roll mine first. Oh, I only get one. Lame.
How do I do a force roll?
Alright, so on your character sheet in skills, you'll see one of them is called Force.
Oh yeah.
Click on that one. You have a hinder.
God damn it.
I was about to say you have a help, but then I looked at who it was and I was like, well, that's a hinder. Oof. You immediately just fall asleep. You just pass out. Collapsing to the ground, you just fall asleep. I have got, I do believe, a sleepy person token. The next person is Mr. Seaton.
Is moving into the next room a new
No,
zone?
it is not.
So that's all one zone to get
It is
to.
all one zone together. Because I was lazy and couldn't be bothered to zone everything up.
Okay. Seaton will. Isn't good. How is she looking health-wise now?
I mean, she's been stabbed twice. So really, she should be a mess. But she's standing.
Cool. As you would be.
She's still standing with the Shepsoro. Like
Okay.
she's gonna like it's a burrito.
I'm going to run over. And as I'm running over, I would like to get some of the salt and literally throw the salt over her.
Ooh. Brainiac. Right there. Brainiac. You run into this room, you take a massive handful of salt. I'm about to make a Hocus Pocus reference. What a clever little title it is. You ran into the room, you throw a handful of salt at her, and the salt looks like it actually impacts her. Like she physically stumbles back a little bit, and all of you see as she does so, she kind of ripples and warps a little bit, like there's a little bit of a delay. And Mr. Seaton, you're the only one who can see it. You realise she has got she's got something possessing her. So when the salt hit her, it kind of separated the creature and her. And then they've then come back together again. But it's appeared as like a sort of ghostly, almost like a soul.
Okay.
Not saying it's a ghost, those were description-y words.
That's all of my actions. I just want
Alright,
to do that.
lovely.
I'll now be crouching at Dagmar, and I will shout at her to get up. Wake up!
Igni! You're out.
I have no idea what Signy is. I wouldn't have seen where she's gone or anything.
No, and entertainingly enough... Oh, I think I was really nice and didn't do the lighting in a really mean kind of way. Which I have just fixed.
There.
Go on, Signy.
Oh, I've not got a clue what to do. I don't know if she's brave enough to go and fight. I think she's literally going to sit here hiding and just call out, what are we doing?
Fair enough.
What do I do?
What do I do? And
Basically.
Dagmar, you're having a snooze. It is Amelia's turn once again, and she is coming for ya. She is coming for ya. Here we go. Colonel Seaton. Mr. Seaton. Oh, still, these are the worst dice rolls. You need to make a force roll to resist.
Any helps or hinders on this?
Yeah, there's... Oh, no! None at all.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, you are going to take one physical... you need to take a physical condition, as you are also hit by the deadly cold curse. But it is then your turn.
Right. I will first off shout out and tell Signy, she's being possessed by something. Use salt to try and separate her. Then no, I'm not going to tell if this is magical or anything on Dagmar, am I?
No.
Has Dagmar got the dagger in their hands?
Yes.
Can I take the dagger and use it?
Yes, you can do stabby stabbies.
Then I will take the dagger and do stabby stabbies.
Okay.
I don't have the stats for it. Is it just an all
Yeah.
dagger?
Yeah.
I also don't have a dagger as a weapon
Oh,
choice.
one moment, please. Amnesia, bunions, chilblains, cholera. It's more Hocus Pocus references. We can do better. Dagger, are you ready to put the deets in?
Hold up. I am now.
Alright. Damage 1. Range 0. Bonus 1. And it's melee.
Okay.
Press the button. You're dreadful, you know this. She's wise to you trying to stab her, and she deftly dodges out of the way. Signy, it's your turn. Oh,
You're muted, Amy.
you're muted.
That's me. She will take your advice. She'll come round here. She didn't actually pick up any salt. She just had, like, she picked up 2 daggers with salt on them, like Dagmar told her to. I don't think she can throw it from them.
Throw it!
There's 2 people in the way.
One of them's laying down.
Oh, yeah, she's just gonna throw it.
Yes! Violence!
Panicked. I feel like her eyes are even half shut.
Mother, crave violence.
Hey, did you shoot me with your eyes closed?
Alright, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Oh! It is a wild miss, I'm afraid. And that brings us to Dagmar. Dagmar, do a force roll for us, please. See if you can wake yourself.
Do we have any modifiers?
There are none. Chat gone quiet.
I am awake.
Yes! That is you spend your turn basically like waking up and being like, what the fuck, where am I? And it goes straight to Amelia, who is going for Mr. Seaton with the...
Oh, no.
Oh, that was a bad one. Look at that. That was a real bad one. That's a force roll from you. Oh, goodness. Hey! Look at that! You still take 1 point because I rolled 1 more dice than you. So 1 physical condition. As you feel this, like, literally you just feel like your life is being sucked out of you. Like, you just feel cold, like, deep within you. But it is your turn.
As this happens, I kind of look down and see that Dagmar is now awake. So I will drop the dagger to them. I will then grab more salt and just try and grapple them and kind of push the salt onto them.
Yes! She starts screaming as soon as you, like, come into her for this grapple. Can I get a... Yes, force roll for the grapple. But she starts screaming and thrashing about. This weird echo of her, like, thrashing around in her as she's moving around, and the spirit that's possessing her is moving around as well. So she manages to get free of your grapple, but you can see, like, there's real distortion around her where the possessed spirit is trying to, like, get out and away from the salt, but something is keeping it trapped inside her. So there's now, like, this, almost like she has an aura about her.
I'll just look down at Dagmar as I'm doing this, or just refer back and just, but to the other two and just go, destroy the altar! As I just literally just keep trying to... I'm gonna hug Chaser.
Alright, Signy.
I will run for the altar. Can I get round her to the altar?
Yes, you can, yeah.
That would be moving.
Yep.
I mean, can I try and light something?
Light something on fire?
Yeah, fire.
Yeah.
Yes, you can! Yes,
Then
you
let's
can!
go.
That would be a slow action to set, to try and set
Yeah.
a fire. Alright, beautiful, thank you. Dagmar, it's your turn while I quickly look.
Thank you.
While I quickly look for.
Can I also get to the altar?
Yes. Oh. It might be a little cramped at this point.
Okay.
You probably. I mean, you can easily get to
Seaton's currently
Amelia.
got hold of Amelia. What's the current status of?
Amelia has got out of Seaton's grip. But she is right there in front of you.
Throwing salt would be an attack, wouldn't it?
Yes.
That would be a slow action.
So would stabby. I'm waiting for the little thinking, and then you just be like, I'm gonna stab her.
No, I'm going to do something ridiculous.
Oh, see, my favourite.
If I think I can, I think I can, because this might count as like drawing a weapon, which is a fast action, and I can attack with said weapon, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly lick my hands and cover them in salt,
Right.
and then I'm going to throw myself at Amelia and put my hands around their neck.
Love. I love this.
Yeah. Yes.
I adore this.
Yes.
Give me a force. Give me a force roll for the grapple, but you get a +1 because salty fingers.
Yay for salty fingers.
What a sentence! Oh no! It was so
My ideas are
good.
ruined!
It was so good. It was such a good plan. You, as you kind of run in towards her, you get hold of her around the neck. She bumps into the altar. You've got hold of her around the neck. She pushes you off of her. Signy, you've now lit a fire on the altar. And in all of this chaos, it is now Amelia's turn. She is going to do the cold curse, because this is basically her standard attack. She's going for the cold curse on Dagmar. So we need a force roll from you, Dagmar.
They've not been going well so far.
No, not for any of us.
Yeah, see.
Oh.
Yes!
Yeah! Nice! You are able to... It's almost as if, like, you're able to, like, completely resist the curse that she tries to put on you. And that gives the window of opportunity to Mr. Seaton. No pressure.
I will come in again and try and Try and grapple her with my soul. Another force roll, yeah?
It is another force roll, yes. My god, you're rolling 1 dice.
I'm too injured, and Mr. Seaton is not very good at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Seaton is not very good at this.
Yeah. You may need to resort to stabbing, because you get a +1 for stabbing.
For my fast action, I would like to use a reaction to resist magic. As she seems to be doing that.
Yes! Steel yourself against her dark powers. Signy, and you've set fire to the altar.
Oh. There's no plan beyond that. My question is, I have a magic score of 8.
You do have a
Can I actually do, what can I do with that? Would be a question.
You do have a magic score of 8. You do indeed. So. La la
You
la
go-
la la.
You go deaf again.
So. You can curse her like she's cursing all of you. So you can place a terrible curse on someone you can see, causing them a physical or mental condition.
This is what I thought. So, obviously Signy's been faking all of her magic for her life.
Yeah.
But she's realised she might have something, so she's going to try and just replicate what she's seeing in front of her.
Yes! There's like a moment where... Okay, so it's going to be super gross. Roll all 8 of your magic dice for me first. So you need to on your character sheet click the Vaesen button because it's not you, and then hit magic. Nice. A success. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You, in a moment of desperation, you reach inside yourself for something, and you've got the fire, that you're in danger, there's thunder, the ship is rocking terribly, there are horrific sounds of something like, it sounds like something is trying to rip the boat open. And in all of this, there is a little moment of absolute rage frustration, that there's just, you just feel like there's nothing you can do, and how angry you are about that. And there is rage, and there is anger, and there is all of the things. And then in that moment of pure frustration, you reach out to the creature that lives in the box, but it feels different. You kind of feel like you get hold of it, and you have total control over it. And there is the most delicious sensation that runs through your body. It's like utter control and power, and you feel utterly invincible. And in that moment, you kind of just aim it right at Amelia. Your eyes go jet black. Your skin starts to grey as you become the creature in the box, as you wield its power. You speak in its voice as well. Its voice comes out of your mouth. What do you want to say to her? Because you're gonna kill her.
I mean, it's still Signy to a point, so it would probably be slightly childish and menacing at the same time.
I love this.
Oh, I don't know. Should probably start off like a child, like hurry up and die, and then it would turn into in the eternal fire or something like that. So it'd start off really like pathetic.
And then it would become a lot.
Yeah.
So, and I like the idea that as you speak, it's Signy who is like, hurry up and die, and then all of a sudden it's like black eyes, grey skin, like the skin almost looks like it's made out of plates, and then you're like, and burn in the eternal fire, and she just turns to look at you. There is this horrible sound of breaking, and she just, her eyes just roll into the back of her head, and she just falls onto the altar, dead.
Signy's just kind of standing there like,
Talk about that later. Grab as much salt as I have and then literally just throw it over the altar while it's burning.
She is also going to catch fire.
Yeah.
Agma's going to throw liquor on just to kind of give it an extra oomph.
we're gonna fuel the fire.
It's a Kraken going.
I love that. Let me expand the flickery flame light as I go back to my fire tokens. I mean, she's gonna go up like a bonfire at a drinking party. Or the tarp is gonna start catching fire as well, like the ship is on fire.
Signy's just gradually stepping back, realising that maybe a boat on fire is not.
What was the, just that question, what was the altar made of? Was it made of wood?
It's made of stone.
Right. And is there anything nearby that's remotely, like, not, obviously ideally there'd be, oh look, a sledgehammer.
A sledgehammer, perfectly positioned for this moment.
How handy.
No, there probably isn't anything that's going to be able to break a stone of that size. And not while it's on fire.
And has the blue, what's the word? Miasma?
Miasma!
Has that gone?
It has, yes.
Do we know if this is worth to destroy the altar?
Who knows? Who knows?
There's a lot of bottles next to us at the back. Should we now put the fire out?
I mean, it could all be alcohol.
Win-win.
Yay! The sound of like crunching metal kind of breaks all of you from your moment of trying to think about what you're going to do, snapping you back to the remembrance that there is a giant sea creature trying to tear this boat apart. And you may be the only ones still on the ship.
Signy, Dagmar, see if there's anything else you can do to destroy the altar. I will go outside and see if it's gone. Is this the quickest way out of here, or is it going to be the other way?
The other way. Are you trying to see if the Kraken is still there?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes, it's still there.
The answer is definitely yes. You can hear it like pulling on the metal and twisting the ship in its grip.
Well, it's either a case of
We grab the altar and take it with us. I mean, it's on fire.
It's on fire.
Who wants to go get it?
Just casually.
How big is this fire? Could I like?
I mean, it's now.
Could I theoretically kick the altar over, so it pushes the fire back?
I mean, the fire is now spreading, so all of this cargo is covered in a tarp. That's now alight. So the fire is spreading really quickly in here.
On the altar, was there things like runes and stuff on
It
engraved
was
into the sky?
carved, yeah. And it was covered
Okay.
in the blood that obviously had come out of the Shepsaror that was being...
Alright.
That is now burning as well.
Okay, I'm going to take out the revolver, and I'm going to try and aim for some of the runes on the stone, see if
Yeah.
I can scuff them.
Yes,
No, I can't get any
absolutely.
closer.
Yeah, you could... I'm not going to get you to roll, because you could just go bang, 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 bang until you'd done it. The bullets do, like, you lodge a few of those bullets in the top of that stone, and you do mar the runes on there.
Okay.
But the sound of the creature tearing at the boat continues.
I think we need to leave the ship
We
now.
need to.
because- Yeah.
And just as you say, I think we need to leave the ship, you hear... Mr. Seaton, you hear a noise that even you know. It is that dunk noise as part of the ship's hull gives way.
Time to move.
Let's make for the rowboats.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. We will flick over to the theatre of the mind so that we don't have to spend the next few minutes moving tokens through the map. You sprint down the corridor of... you sprint down the corridor of the first and second class accommodations towards the stairs. You taking the stairs two at a time, your heart's hammering in your chest as you flee from the inside of the ship. You spill out onto the deck where the rain is hammering onto the ship. Lightning streaks across the sky, illuminating a scene of chaos and horror. The ship is on fire. And not just from the cargo area, the flames of which are now licking up through the grate in the deck, but from several other places as well. You assume that something has been badly damaged in the kitchen and has set alight to the kitchen, for it now spreads through the restaurant, the sound of shattering glass as the flames heat up the saloon and break through the glass. Tentacles are wrapped around this ship like a boa constrictor, strangling the life out of its meal. It holds the ship in a strange, steady position, meaning the waves crash against the ship, leap up onto the deck, and spill across the wood, desperate to try and drag anything off back into the sea. There are still members of crew bundling into the last remaining, not the last of the rafts, but like it's the last one to leave. And you can see the reporter in it. And as you spill out onto the deck, you see her shaking her hand to come towards you. The three of you run across the deck, fighting the waves crashing up, threatening to pull you into the sea, dodging flames that lick out of portholes and windows, and you clamber into the last of the rafts. There's no point trying to talk. The noise is too much. The sounds of thunder overhead, the breaking apart of the ship, the shouts of the crew. They begin the process of levering you out of the side of the ship, lowering you at breakneck speed to the water. And they time it just right. A wave crashes up against the ship, and as it retreats, it pulls the raft away from the boat. It rocks perilously in the angry sea. And you watch a scene out of nightmares. The creature from which the tentacles erupt rises up out of the water. It is not a squid. It is not an octopus. It is unlike any creature you have seen. A behemoth of dark blue flesh, a wall of eyes, and a gaping maw that slowly clamps its way around the center of the SS Kristianiafjord. The ship releases its final scream as the tentacles and the maw tear the steel apart. The ship doesn't sink slowly. Instead, the burning carcass of the cruise liner is dragged into the depths of the ocean. Thunder rages overhead as lightning lights the water. And it fades into quiet. The surface of the sea rocks the raft as the ripples from the drowning of the ship push you gently away from the horrific sea that now is gone, forgotten. No more tentacles, no more terrifying creature, no more ship. The only thing that remains of the maiden voyage of the Kristianiafjord are 6 rowboats. Nearly all of the crew escaped the ship. The captain remaining behind, lost to the depths of the sea. Most of the guests have made it to the rowboats as well. Amelia, a clear and apparent missing person, again lost to the depths. You wait with bated breath to see if this is truly the end, or whether the creature will rise again from the water to devour you all. Time passes. but the creature never comes. The storm slowly begins to subside, and eventually there is a break in the clouds as a shaft of sunlight is permitted. The warm light falls on the middle of the sea, where 6 rowboats are adrift, waiting to be rescued. And that is the end of chapter 8.
Hooray.
Bum bum bum!
That was so dramatic.
I've always wanted to sink a ship,
And you did spectacularly.
and now I have.
Indeed.
A huge thank you to the incredible cast of Chapter 8. We're going to do our normal go around the table. We're going to start off with the fabulous Signy. Who are you? Who did you play? Where can we find you? What do you want to say?
I'm Amy. I played Signy. You can't find me anywhere because I'm not important. And just a huge thank you. It's been a long one with a lot of gaps, but it's been really, really enjoyable. And I will miss not playing for a little while. Your storytelling is amazing, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I just bundle a loads of words together. Just use adjectives like, and words like miasma, and everyone's like, ooh, miasma.
It works.
It works.
Apparently so.
It's a good trick.
Mr. Seaton, who are you? Who did you play? Where can we find you? What do you want to say?
Yes, I'm Jack, also known as Viking Jack. I've been playing Mr. Bartholomew Seaton and Lieutenant Colonel Bartholomew Seaton at times there. You can find me on Instagram as jmbarber_the Colonel. I've started posting a little bit more, putting up some minis that I'm painting ready for the Throne of Styles competition in August. Yeah, I've got a couple of bits that I'm working on at the moment. I need to post more rather than just on the Wednesdays, but we're getting there slowly.
Slowly but surely, slowly but surely. And last but by no means least, the fabulous Dagmar. Who are you? Who did you play? Where can we find you? What do you want to say?
So, I'm Dan, otherwise known as Dear Van Dink, and I've been playing Dagmar Eriksson, the liability. Sorry, no, the vagabond. Yeah, I can be found on a range of platforms. I mainly stream on Twitch under the handle Divinink. Thank you for the shout out, Mikey. I can also be found on Instagram, Twitter, I refuse to call it X, TikTok and YouTube using the same handle. Yeah, I guess it's been great to be involved after quite a break, and I know that there's been so many little pockets of breaks on this chapter, and it's been taken us a while to get through it, but a huge thank you to everyone who's been involved. Jack and Amy, it's been a pleasure to generally just try and irritate you throughout the whole of this game, but also I think it's been really good fun. And Loki, like, I know you sit there and say, oh, the cast just do the wonderful stuff. I merely just pull on a couple of strings here or there, but all fancy words aside, your storytelling is out of this world, and you set the scene and you put a lot of work in the background for this, so thank you for everything that you do. It's been a really cool experience yet again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I mean,
I love how awkward you get when people are nice to you.
I know, right? Don't compliment me, I'll cry. Don't be nice to me. My name was Loki, and I was your game master for these dark and thrilling tales. I mean, I sunk a ship. I'm That was me. Thanks. Goodbye, everybody. You can find me here on the Society, and this is about it at the moment. We are taking a little break from our Judge Dredd team up with the fabulous Grumpy Battersby. So this is it for the minute. You can find me here. That is the end of Chapter 8. But do not fear, for the evil machinations of the Game Master have already begun for Chapter 9, which will be coming to you very soon. We're going to say goodbye to our fabulous cast. Head on over to our credit roll. Goodbye, cast.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
While I find the credits. Here we are. Credit roll, everybody. All right. So, if you have seen anything in our stream this evening that you would like to include on your tabletop, please don't hesitate to go and investigate these incredible contributors and content creators. They are in the chat if you are watching on Twitch, or down in the YouTube description if you are watching us over there. Otherwise, the credits will roll over here. Please do go and check out these amazing content creators and artists. In the meantime, I'm going to say a huge thank you to absolutely everyone who has stuck with us through Chapter 8, who has taught Automod new words, who has created fun and ridiculous frolics in chats. A huge thank you to everyone who has subbed, has sent us bits, and who has followed us. A huge thank you really for all of the support. We absolutely adore playing these ridiculous games, but we are here live on Twitch to share our enjoyment and our passion with you, so it is lovely for you to come and enjoy and support. Chapter 9 will be coming up shortly. We are going to be taking a little bit of a break as the Game Master is going on holiday and starting a new job, kind of all at the same time. So I don't really have time to start yet. So we are going to be looking at starting our Chapter 9 on the 9th of June. That's the next month. So Chapter 9 will be starting on the 9th of June. I really hope that we will be able to see you all then, where we will start another spooky, intriguing mystery here on the Society. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful time, and we hope to see you very soon. We're going to raid. Mods, do we have someone we can raid? For the raid, here we go, /raid. And then we are going for Ready, Play, Go. Raid. Ready, Play, Go. Do we know what they're doing? I mean, you know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Can someone tell me what they're doing? Lovely. Okay, they are playing Alien RPG, which is one of my absolute favourites. So this is going to be an absolute treat for all of you. So I'm going to hit that button. Hopefully we can raid over. All right, there you go. That raid is plugged in. A huge thank you to our incredible cast. A huge thank you to our incredible team of moderators, social media managers, and artists, and everyone who makes this stream possible. Huge thank you to absolutely all of you. But for now, I look forward to seeing you all on the 9th of June. But until then, let's raid out and go and see some Alien RPG.